Hey guys! I recently made a video about how you're not allowed to talk about your own positive qualities because you have to keep this kind of like false humility for social grace sake, I don't know. And with that in mind, the topic of this video is my own fame. But it's not nearly as conceited as it sounds. This is a nice view right here. You got really clean air right now because we got a typhoon nearby, and it's windy. And when it gets really windy from a typhoon, it pushes all the pollution away, and then you can literally see further and clearer. So when you're up in the mountains and stuff, all the colors in the sky and everything just becomes more crisp than it normally is. Oh yeah, so the topic is, I've just, yeah, so this even though this video really is about my own fame, or yeah, but fame is, I use the term loosely. It's not really a conceited video. It just I've had a few people tell me stories about how they're talking about me and someone else knows who they're talking about and like that. And that's I'm just going to share a few of those stories with you because I thought the stories were cool, and I'm not yeah, so yeah. Okay, let's just skip to the stories. In no particular order, one of the guys was coming to one of the guys that was doing my tours. I give a tour around Taiwan. I'm a tour guide. You pay me some money, and I set everything up: hotels, food, motorcycles, insurance, and I do a tour around the island. You can find information about this and most other stuff that I talk about on my website, which is m13online.com. Anyway, so yeah, one of the guys who's coming for my tour, he's going through like customs or something, and they're like, well, what is your purpose in Taiwan? And he's like, I'm here to do M13's tour. And the customs officer is like, oh, M13, that's a guy who rides motorcycles and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yep. And the guy, so that was cool. Like, the customs officer knew him. Oh, another story. Another guy was in the military, and like he was joining the military, but like joining like a different, like I think he was already in the military, but he was getting a promotion, and he was getting like security clearance for like top secret type stuff, and they were giving him like a background check. So he had to go like to an office somewhere where, like, with no windows, and you sit down with another guy, and they give you like they grill you, they ask you questions about your life and this and that, because they're trying to give him like a higher security clearance or whatever. And he had been to Taiwan, and they're like, well, why do and then they're like, we see in our records that you went to Taiwan for 2 weeks. Why did you go there? And they're like, and he's like, oh, I went there to do I guess he did one of my tours as well, and they're like, I went there to see more Death 13. And then the guy who's grilling him is some like FBI type guy, and he replies with, oh, Death 13, he's the guy that rides motorcycles on YouTube, right? And I thought that was cool. I'm like, that's cool, man. He's like, yeah, he's getting grilled by the FBI in some kind of like secrets facility and some kind of high security level or whatever, and the guy who's grilling him is familiar with me. So yeah, so people write in and they tell me these stories, and I think that's cool. Another one was a guy wrote in to tell me, he said that he went to a party. What was it? He went to like a party, and he had he carried in his motorcycle helmet, and then some girl walks up to him and says, do you ride motorcycles? And I forget the details, but this is a close approximation. The girl walks up, she's like, oh, you ride? And he's like, yeah, I ride. And then they start talking a little bit, and then the girl says to him, do you watch More Death 13? He rides motorcycles on YouTube. And the guy's like, yeah, I watch More Death 13 all the time. And then they both start talking about me, and then later he went out and took her for a motorcycle ride, and they ended up going back to his house and like making out or having sex. So I thought that was cool. Like just some guy, he goes to a party and he meets some chick that he doesn't even know, and then they had me in common. Speaking of using me to get laid, through me, and I find this rather amazing.